morning and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video I will be sharing with you part 4 of my entire colouring book collection and my completed pages, and of course in these videos you will also see my whips as well. If there are any books that I show in this video that you would like either a link to purchase or a flip through, then please just let me know in the comments and I would be more than happy to do that for you. So in this video I will be sharing with you my Mythographic books, my Kanoko Agusa colouring books, I think I've got some Tomislav Tomic, and also my books from Amazon Japan and sort of like Korean books as well. So without further ado, we'll just get started. So the first one I'm going to show you quickly is this one, because this book does sit on the same shelf, but I've been working in this one this morning. So this is the Spooky colouring book by Sarah Seshwick, and I saw this book around quite a bit and I was on the fence for the longest time, but yeah, the more I saw the illustrations, and then I was just like, okay, go on, twist my arm, I need this book. And also I really wanted to join in with the gorgeous Christina from Christina's Art Corner here on YouTube, because she does a colour along from here every single month. And so I was really late to sort of join in, so I have got a lot of pages in here to catch up on. I've completed one page so far. That was for March. This is the one that I'm working on at the moment for April. So I was just starting to shade my jackalope this morning. I was using an Artex pencil and they actually work really lovely on this paper. So I'm working on that one, and then the other one, this was from, yeah, this was the one from March, was this one. And I really liked how this one turned out. Lots of shine. And then we've got some Mermaid Parade stars on there as well. Apologies. Yeah, so I was really happy with how this came out. I thought it turned out really, really pretty. I was debating doing a background, but I didn't. I just stuck with this and I do like it. But I have got, you'll see I've got, yeah, like sort of here, this was the page for February, so I have sort of tagged all the pages that I need to do to catch up. But yeah, this is just such a precious book. It really is beautiful and such an absolute joy to colour in. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing more in this one. Where was that? So absolutely adorable book, and Christina is doing such a wonderful job with the colour along for this book. So yeah, I'm really happy to be able to join in on that one. Okay, the next book is Menet De Boner. This is by Kanoko Agusa. I absolutely love these books, but oh my goodness, do they intimidate me. I had to replace these because my originals did get ruined by the cats. Story of my life. But I mean, just, shall I zoom out a smidge so I get more of the, there you go, get a bit more of the images on camera. They are just spectacular. They really are beautiful. This has been a whip for a really long time, but I'm working on it really slowly because I want to do my absolute best work that I can in these books. I'm not confident with realism at all. It's not my thing. So I really want to do these as best as I can. You can see here that I have kept track of all of my colours that I've been using, and I've been using my Caran d'Ache luminance pencils on this page, and then there's 2, yeah, for the yellow stars here, these yellow bits in the windows, they were 2 Holbein pencils. I do have a few Holbeins, but yeah, I don't have the full set, but I am happy with what I have. But I really love this combination that I used for her apron and hat, and they were in the luminance pencils, and I just think that is such a really lovely combination, because I wanted to obviously have the red brickwork, the sort of, excuse me, the beigey grey kind of colour here. I wanted a lot of this to be quite neutral because there is also going to be a lot of bright colours. So I wanted the woodwork here, the panelling, I wanted that to be sort of a really lovely kind of like natural sagey green kind of colour, but then have the beautiful blue and yellow for the windows. Everything else is going to be quite natural, the floor, the books and whatnot, but then again we have those pops of vibrant colours with like the pencils, it'll be on the paint palette, we've got the fruits here. So yeah, I did want to keep as much of this quite neutral as I can, so that the pops of colour really do sort of burst out on the page. This has been a whip since last year, since 2023. But do you know what? I'm not. Oh, that was the cat knocking something off, wasn't it?
Yeah, he knocked it over.
Yeah. Link knocking things off the unit. I'll let him off because he's cute. But yeah, this is my whip in here. And like I said, I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm so proud of my bricks, that I did write down the combination here. I've written that down and kept a note of it in my like colour swatch book, because yeah, I really love the colours of these red bricks, so I do use that on other pages now. But I'm really proud of how that one is turning out. Can't wait to see it finished. This one, oh my goodness, I mean, they're just, I can't put into words the artwork. It just leaves me speechless every time. This would be beautiful for Mermaid, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's no way I'd get that done, but absolutely beautiful. It would be nice to start. But I don't know, I'm one of these people that I feel like I can't start a page in a book if I've already got a whip in it. I know it's weird. One of my quirks, I guess. But yeah, they're absolutely beautiful. Oh, I've completed this one. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot about this page. Wow. Do you know, I'm really happy with that. Not so much the fur on these two, but I had a go. I'm not good with fur at all, but yeah, look at this. I love this one. I'm just chilling out in the bird bath. But yeah, the brown and the dark grey bunny, their fur leaves a lot to be desired, but I had a go. I don't hate it, it's not great, but you know, I had a go. I really like that one. I completely forgot about that page. See, this is what I like about sort of like doing these videos, is because you kind of stumble across pages that you know, you might not have seen for a while. So there's that one. Next by Kanoko Igusa, I have Rhapsody in the Forest. I think, yeah, I've got a whip in here. I had completed this page in my original book and I was really happy with it. There was a few bits that I had messed up and I just plonked like some stickers on the page, but I really wanted to do this one again for Easter this year, and as you can see, I didn't finish it, but the chicks are done. So yeah, I'll come back to this one at some point. But again, really lovely. I'm not so hot on these wallpaper pages, but do you know what? I wouldn't actually mind colouring in it, because there's other wallpaper pages in other books that really aren't my thing. But I think, yeah, even though wallpaper pages are just, they don't appeal to me, I think this one is quite pretty. But I mean, like I said, what's not to love about these books? They are gorgeous. I just wish I had more coloured in them. It's quite sort of disheartening when I look at them and I'm like, oh, I love them. I just get so intimidated by the artwork. Like, I mean, look at this. How beautiful is that? Honestly, that's just, oh my goodness. Yeah, see, I probably wouldn't colour this one. Not to say I don't like it, I do, it's beautiful, but that's just, I don't know. So some of the pages in the front, I don't know, I'm kind of like noticing it as I'm looking through, they've got kind of like heavier and darker line art. Not so much those, but like this, compared to, like, you know, pages in the rest of the book. But still, you know. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So that one is Rhapsody in the Forest by Kanoko Agusa. Then I have Symphony of Cute Animals. This one was sent to me as a gift by my beautiful best friend Penny. And I have got a whip in here at the moment, which is a buddy colour with Penny. It is this one. And I've kind of, I feel like I've hit a brick wall with it because I didn't keep a note of the colours I was using for my pumpkins or what pencils I was using. I want to kind of guess I was using my polys, to be quite honest, looking at the colours. But yeah, this has been a whip for a long time, and I feel awful because Penny has completed hers and it's absolutely gorgeous. I do have this one pulled out. It sits on the side of my desk. I pulled out all of my buddy colours and I put them on the side over on the shelf on the left, just to my left. So they stay there, so I can pull them out and chip away at them. They're not sort of sat on the shelf, kind of, you know, and I sort of overlook them. But yeah, that's the only page that I have started in here, but it is beautiful. Look at this one. Love this. Like a little donkey, a bunny, a fox, a kitten. Oh, it's just so beautiful. They really are gorgeous. Look at that for Christmas. Oh, I probably have to start that now if I wanted it finished for Christmas. I'm so slow with these books, but it's just because I want to do my best work and make the pages look as nice as I can. I really want to do Kanoko's artwork justice. But yeah, they're gorgeous. I could just sit and happily, oh, look at him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I could just sit and look through these books all day and I would never ever get bored of looking at the pages. Oh, so lovely. Look at this one. That is so lovely. Got some information here about the illustrator. We've got our lovely Kanoko here, and then we've got some really pretty coloured images in the front. So if you wanted to use these as you know, as reference for when you're colouring these pages, you could. Here's that frog. Oh, he's glorious, isn't he? Absolutely wonderful. So there is Symphony of Cute Animals. Sorry about that, my loves. I had a phone call. Okay, so the next book is Drumman Wanger by Tomislav Tomic. This is an incredible book. I've done a few pages in here. I've done this one. This is quite a few years old now. That one. It was a whip for a long time. But these are some detailed pages. Okay. Yeah, so these are quite detailed, but oh my goodness, they're magnificent. And the paper is wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, like I said, I've got a few pages done in here, not many. But yeah. So I've done this one, this big double page spread. This was the first page I started working on in this book, and it was when I had received my Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils as a gift from the beautiful Melody, and yeah, it was my first time using those as well, and this was a whip for a really long time, but oh my goodness, I was so happy to have it done. I do look at it now and think, oh, I wish I'd made a bit more of an effort on, you know, some of these little gnomes. But yeah, I really enjoyed every minute of this page, but I do think towards the end I did get quite frustrated with the background, because it just wasn't going how I wanted. It was originally a daytime scene, but it just wasn't happening. So good old Black Posca to the rescue. So now it is a nighttime scene. So there was that one. But yeah, I love these, especially this one with the polar bear. I know exactly how I want this page to look. I just doubt myself as to whether I can pull it off or not, so I haven't tackled this one just yet. I haven't felt quite brave enough. But yeah, they are just wonderful pages. I did this one and this one. These were done first. This one, it now has sort of like a painterly effect because I was sipping a glass of wine when I was colouring this page, and it hit where I had put my Triplus fine liner for like some of these vines, and it had sort of like bled the ink, and I was like, oh, that actually looks quite nice. So as I was sort of using my water-based markers for the rest of the vines, I got a glass of water and a little brush, and as I was colouring, I was just sort of bleeding that colour out a little bit, and that is how I got this effect. So it wasn't done with watercolours, it was just done by sort of going over some of the pen and smudging the colour out. So yeah, it was a happy accident. So there was that one, and then this one. I'm not keen on this one, but you know, it is what it is. So that is Drumman Wanger. Oh, my book is falling apart. Oh, I'm gonna have to try and fix that. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, so that's Drumman Wanger, and then the next one by Tomislav Tomic is Sprukusbos. Now this one is mostly single-sided for the most part. Again, you've got that beautiful thick paper, and I love that this is single-sided because you can use whatever you want on it. So I coloured this one, and this was a colour along with the beautiful Shalene from Shalene's Creativity Room. And yeah, I mean, you can't really, the sparkle is sort of all come off of my fairy's wings now, but that was done with it was either Wink of Stella or the Spectrum Noir clear glitter brush pens. But yeah, I coloured along with Shalene for this one. And that was my first completed page in this book, and I do enjoy it. And then I think I've got a whip in this one as well. Look at these. I know I haven't coloured a lot in these, but I would happily get another copy of each because I absolutely love them. I think that's what holds me back sometimes, is because I do like to use a lot of mixed media on my pages. But sometimes I just worry about like bleed through and stuff. Whereas with some of my favourite books, I think if I have second copies, then I can just really let loose and do what I want to do on the pages without fear of it affecting a page on the reverse. I'm sure it's this one. Maybe it's maybe it is Drumman Wanger that I've got that whip in then. It's a big double page spread. I wonder if I've skipped over it. Yeah, here we go, this one. And this is done with my Caran d'Ache Pablo pencils. Sorry about that, my loves. I'm recording this on a Saturday, so of course if the children need me, then you know that's absolutely a priority. Yeah, so I started this one quite a while ago, and I want to keep this a very, very limited colour palette, but I do plan on adding a pink in here as well, like a sort of pinky purple colour. So yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to coming back to this one, but again, this is going to be a whip for a long time because I just chip away at it slowly. Yeah, so I did have that whip in Drumman Wanger, and then that was Sprocket's Boss. Okay, now I'm going to be moving into my mythographic books. Now, I absolutely love these, and I don't colour in them anywhere near enough. I do plan to, but I think at the moment I don't really want to add any more to my collection until I start working in these. I think the only one I have my eye on at the moment is the Crystal Kingdom. That one, and I think the Fairy, is it like Fairy Wonderland or something like that? But I think out of the two, the Crystal Kingdom is the one that I have my eye on. And then I think I'll call that good then for a long time, to be honest. Yeah, because like I said, I've got quite a few of these in my collection now, and I don't colour in them anywhere near enough. And I think, again, because I get so overwhelmed with the stunning artwork. And I've got whips that I want to get finished before I start any more new pages. So the first one is Mythographic Odyssey. This is illustrated by the incredible Joseph Kattenbang. As you can see, I have got a few whips in here. So I've got this one, and this I started in February 2022. So this is over 2 years old. I didn't write down the Prismacolors that I started using to shade my snake. That's fine. And foolishly, I based my crystals with a marker. Now, normally I would do my crystals just in pencil and then go over the lines with a white pen. And I don't know why I did that. I'm kind of kicking myself now, really. But I'm sure I can make it work. And then my other whip is this one, because I was doing a buddy colour with the lovely Amanda Downey and Johanna from JoJo's Ahana here on YouTube. I started colouring the wrong page. So yeah, this was the page I started colouring, and then it was like, yeah, that's the wrong one. But I'm liking how this is looking. The thing I don't like is where I had a go at trying to blend some of like the mystery, you know, like the things they sort of dot in the pages, the random objects. I was trying to disguise it. So there's like a sweet here. I've coloured the same colour as the lily pad, and one here. There was a hat here. A sweet up here. There's just, yeah, I tried, you know, disguising them as best I can, but and there's like a Paris here, but I still know they're there. I would really like to still get this one finished though, because I was really happy with how that was turning out. But I tell you what else, it doesn't necessarily, I don't know, it's not, it kind of puts me off a little bit, not from the artwork, not at all. The artwork in these books is tremendous, but it's the fact that they are perforated. I've had a few pages fall out, and it really irritates me. I know there's many people that like to remove the pages and put them in like a display folder, or if you want to take it out and display it on a wall or frame it and give it as a gift, that's absolutely fine. But I don't want my pages falling out of my books. So yeah, but this is just, look at this one. These books are just incredible. It must be a different book that I had that page in with Johanna and Amanda. But yeah, absolutely beautiful, beautiful artwork. I mean, these books are sublime. They really are. The next one I have is Mythographic Dream Garden. This one is illustrated by Fabiana Attanasio. And I must say, I think out of the illustrators of these books, I think she just pips it for me as my favourite. So yeah, this one is Dream Garden. I have coloured a page in here. It was quite a while ago, but yeah, just look at how beautiful they are. You know, what's not to love? I prefer the more recent ones that don't have the hidden objects. Yeah, this was the page that I coloured, and I really loved my background and my cherry blossoms. Not a huge fan of like the water and stuff like that, but the background and the cherry blossoms and the bamboo, yeah, I love that. I was really, really proud of how that one turned out. The way the water comes up here, is it water? Yeah, I think it is. Reminds me of Moana, you know, when she's a baby, she's on the beach and she's walking into the water and it sort of separates and you can see the big like sea turtle and things. Oh, it's just beautiful. But I love the imagination behind these illustrations. I really do. I just think there's something really special about these images. You know, and some of them, I look at them now and I'm thinking, that's actually not too detailed. Love this. So what is that called? Is it a praying mantis? I think. Really like that with the lanterns. Yeah, so just the one page in Dream Garden at the moment. The next one is Mythographic Aquatic. I don't think I've coloured anything in this one. Oh, I'm so sorry. This one is illustrated by Joseph Kattenbang. But I just love these books. Are they not just, I mean, look at this. I've looked at this page a few times before to colour, and I'm just thinking, do you know, maybe I should just go for it. You know? you know, I know these pages take me a really, really long time to colour, but I mean, the artwork, I love this. So gorgeous. So that is Aquatic. The next, is this Paradise? Yes. So this is Mythographic Paradise. This is the one that I've had like a few pages come out of. So yeah, that one's come loose. This is a completed page. This one came loose. This was the first page I completed in this book. It was a whip for quite a long time, but I'm really happy to have that one done. So I just try and keep those sort of slotted in the book because I don't want them to get ruined. But yeah, this is just beautiful. Right, this is the one that I was supposed to do with Amanda and Johanna. So I did get to it eventually. It took me a while. But yeah, I did get it done. And then I wrote Amanda on this book, Johanna here, Mythographic, we've got Harry Potter, spells, Memoirs of a Geisha, I love that book, and then I wrote Buddy Colour here, and then Friendship here, just, yeah, all sorts on this page. But yeah, I was really happy with how that one turned out. And after I had put my washi tape around the edge, I did put sellotape to hold that page in the book, but I don't want to have to do that to all my pages. So yeah, I do get frustrated because I don't want my books to fall apart. But yeah, this is Mythographic Paradise. Beautiful, beautiful book. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this one. So pretty. And I feel like these pages aren't as overwhelming as some of the pages in the other books. I mean, they're still, you know, still detailed and whatnot, but not, I don't think they're as intense as a lot of the other pages, if that makes sense. So that was Mythographic Paradise. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. Okay. Right, the next one is Mythographic Wild Winter. I think, yeah, this is the one I've got a whip in. This one, again, you can see where I've like sellotaped my pages because it was starting to fall apart a bit, and I just, yeah, it annoys me, it really does. Foolishly, I didn't write down the colours of the polychromos that I was using to shade the background, so I'm kind of kicking myself at the moment, but I think I'd be able to figure it out. And then I do want to go in and add, you know, like sparkles and stuff like that, so it's getting there. It's not too far from being done, but yeah, I do like this one. And the background is a colour that I would never usually do as a background. I just wanted to try something different. And I do think it looks pretty with the green, but I'm just not so hot on it with like the blue snowflakes at the moment. But this one is, oh, it's absolutely beautiful. I really do like these sort of wintry themed ones. Look at that. Oh, how stunning is this? It's just incredible, isn't it? Again, we've got hidden objects there. So we've got a flip-flop, a mirror, a comb. I'm really glad they don't do that now. Look at this. It's so cute. Oh, they just look. Oh my gosh. yeah, these are just, I love it. Absolutely love it. You know, this is definitely one of my favourites. Look at this. It's so beautiful, isn't it? I'm so sorry. I'm like, look at this, look at this. You guys can see. But yeah. Oh. Owls. Absolutely gorgeous. Love that. Oh, I missed the draft. I've sellotaped that page in as well because they were coming loose. You know, I don't want to have to do that to all my pages in these books, but needs must, I guess. Yeah, I just, you know, whoever, you know, the publishers and the artists, they probably don't watch my videos, but if anyone out there is watching, you know, maybe I'm just being finicky, but yeah, if we could just have the pages normal without the perforation, I would love that so much. So that is Wild Winter by Joseph Kattenbang. This is the other one that I love. This is Frozen Fantasies by Fabiana Attanasio. You can see by the tape up here, I haven't worked in this one yet, but I do want to. But I think I need to get some of my whips in the other books done first. Love that. Yeah, I really love these wintry ones. I think they are just remarkable. It's gorgeous. I can imagine lots of sort of, you know, like bits of sparkle and bits of like metallic paint, you know. Really make that snow and ice glisten. I just see one with a polar bear. Yeah, look. Oh my gosh. Do you know, I'm really tempted, like later on, to just sit in front of my bookcase and just look through these books, like page by page, and just sit with a cup of coffee and just look through every single page. Yeah, really gorgeous. So that one is Frozen Fantasies by Fabiana Attanasio. Next I have Enchanted Castles. Again, this one is illustrated by Fabiana. Looks like I've got a whip. Yeah, I got really disheartened with this one. This has been a whip for quite a while. I was absolutely loving how it was turning out, and then I did the background and the snowflakes, and now I feel like the snowflakes blend in with the rest of the picture rather than stand out. I mean, you can see them if I turn the page like that. I used one of my Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic, one of the mellow colours. And although it's gorgeous, I just feel like the snowflakes get lost on the page. And I got really disheartened and I put the page away and I didn't come back to it. And my washi tape wasn't sticking very well. It was only like a really cheap one, but I was just like, oh, getting really frustrated. But yeah, so let's go from the back. I do think you know, I do really like the winter ones. I have a soft spot for them, but there's two coming up that are kind of in my top of the mythographic books as well. But this one, look at this with the butterflies. Could you imagine that coloured? It'd be so beautiful. yeah, really lovely. I don't know, I'm so tempted to kind of, I don't normally like to abandon pages, but yeah, I'm really tempted to on this one. But saying that, there's not an awful lot left to do on it. I just need to maybe like go over the sky, like shade it with some pencils, and the castle, do the snow in this tree and the reindeer. Yeah, maybe there is still quite a bit to do. I'm this close to just abandoning this page, to be quite honest. Like I said, I don't do that very often, but yeah, I imagine that will be an abandoned one, if I'm honest. So that's Enchanted Castles by Fabiana Attanasio. Right, this is another one of my favourites, this one. This is Cosmic Spirit, illustrated by Fabiana, and this is stunning. I might got a whip in this one, or maybe, no, I think it might be the Earth one, Enchanted Earth. But yeah, this is another one of my favourites. This one, the moon. Do you know, I would love to just start a page in one of these and finish it. Just start it and finish it in the same month. I would love that. Doesn't sound like, you know, a big deal, but to me it is, because I find these so stunning, and again, I want to do like my best work in them. So I do feel like they take me a really long time, but I thoroughly enjoy it. I do want to really get that one with the fawn in the light bulb. I want to get that done. Look at these. Oh, gorgeous. And then we've got kind of like it's like an earth here, but it's kind of melting. That would have been a beautiful one for Earth Day April, wouldn't it? I definitely need to look through these books more. That was Gemini. Yeah, Gemini, that one. Candace from Happy Catastrophe here on YouTube. She does the most stunning work in these books, and she doesn't let them intimidate her. She just really goes for it, and I just find that so inspiring. So yeah, I need to just I need to take a leaf out of Candace's book, bless her. She's an absolute dream, she really is. This one, Magical Earth. This is by Joseph Kattenbang. Now I do have a whip in here, and it is this one. And as you can see, I've started my rocks and I've based the mushrooms and the crystals. But I wanted to colour this this guy here. I wanted to colour him to look like Aaron. Because Aaron really liked his crystals. I'm so sorry. He loved his crystals. And even though he's not here anymore, the kids and I, oh, thank you, Emmy. Thank you, baby. The kids and I are continuing to build his collection of crystals. So for like birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, we add a crystal to his collection. And he absolutely loved amethyst and rose quartz. And so I thought, if I colour these like amethyst, colour this guy to look like Aaron, give him grey hair, you know, and then colour the, you know, the jellyfish and stuff, and then add quite a lot of blue sort of here in the background. Oh, thank you, babe. Here in the background, and down here, because blue was his favourite colour. Yeah, so I'll colour this page and dedicate it to him. I'm so sorry. But this is, again, one of my absolute favourites in the Mythographic collection. I want to colour every single page in this book. In all of them, really. I don't think there's really many pages at all, if any, in these books that I don't want to colour. I think maybe if there was one with like a big spider on it, I'd probably give that page a miss. But yeah. Ooh. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so sorry about me getting emotional. That's why this page is just so special to me, and I really want to take my time and make this as beautiful as I possibly can. And it makes me think, like, with this guy with his arm reaching up, it's almost as if, like, it sounds really silly, it makes me think that, like, the jellyfish are gonna take him to his final resting place. Yeah, so that's why that page is so special. I'm really sorry, I need a moment. Okay, I'm really sorry about that. I just needed to just take a minute and try and regroup. Okay, the next one is Mythographic Voyage. Again, I haven't coloured anything in this one yet, but this is, again, just sublime. It really is. I cannot praise these books enough. And as I mentioned earlier, I do really much prefer the ones without the hidden objects. This is, oh, do you know, I think this is another favourite. I remember wanting this one for quite a long time, and it was difficult to get hold of for quite a while. That is going to be so fun. But yeah, I was so glad to finally be able to get my grubby little paws on it when I saw it available on Amazon. It was priced a bit higher than it was originally, but I really did have my heart set on getting this one. So I was like, yeah, I need that. I need that book. Yeah, it's definitely a favourite. It's in my top. Ooh, this might be in my top 3, you know. Yeah, my top 3 or 4. And I love that they're printed single-sided. I really do, because then you can really sort of have at it with mixed media and stuff. So that is Voyage by Joseph Kattenbang. Then I have Mythographic Labyrinth, again by Joseph. Again, I haven't coloured anything in this one either. But this is beautiful. I love the things like the mazes like this. I cannot wait to really, you know, go at that with all my greens. I just, yeah. But some of them, like this, it makes me think of the film Labyrinth with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. It just, yeah, quite a few of them in here remind me of that movie where, you know, she's in like that maze thing and there's like steps going in all different directions. But I just, stuff like this, I absolutely love it. Look at this one, the Minotaur. So cool. It's like a Rubik's Cube, but with like a seal inside. No, that's not a seal, is it? Like a red panda, maybe? I don't know. Something cute and fluffy. That's really nice with the books. See, Aaron would love that with the books. He was such a bookworm. See, and then you've got some like this. They're not that complex, really. They're not really detailed at all. So yeah, that would maybe be a really nice one to start off with, just to ease into the book. you know. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, it's got a fox. Yeah, absolutely stunning. Oh, look at this one. If it's a fox or an owl, yeah, I'm all over that. Beautiful. It's like a nine-tailed fox. Yeah, absolutely stunning. That was by Joseph Kattenbang. And then my last mythographic book is Deep Blue. This is by Fabiana Attanasio. And again, I haven't coloured in this one just yet. So as you can see, these books, they are out of this world. And I don't show them any love. So I need to come back and do something about that, because that is an absolute travesty. Look at this with a narwhal. How stunning is that? Oh, there is nothing about these books not to love. The only downside for me, as I mentioned, is the fact that they're perforated, so my pages come loose quite often. Oh, gorgeous. I just really think that Fabiana has outdone herself with these books. The only time I've ever seen Joseph's work is in these books. I don't think I've ever seen it previous. But again, he is just remarkable. Very, very talented artists. I know there are a few other artists of some of the mythographic books, but obviously the ones I have are just by Joseph and Fabiana. Triton. Absolutely gorgeous. This was a gift from my beautiful best friend Penny. Absolutely wonderful. So what I'm going to do is just put all these books back on the shelf, and then we will come back and do the Amazon Japan and sort of Korean colouring books, and then that will be it for part 4. So I'll just go put these away and I'll be right back. Okay, so for the last part of this video, we're doing the Amazon Japan colouring books. The first one though, I cannot remember where I got this book from. I've had it for years, and it is Serene by Nicholas Chandra Wayanata, or otherwise known as Nick Filbert. I've completed... I haven't completed any in here. I've got a whip or two whips, I think. Yeah, so it's an absolute travesty, but this book is probably the one that intimidates me the most. It is stunning, absolutely breathtaking artwork. Oh, okay, make that 3 whips. I based her skin, but that is very, very pinky and splotchy, but I can fix that with pencils. So this has been a whip for absolute years, and I wish I did not go over and put like white on like these leaves and stuff. I wish I didn't do that, but all I really need to do on this one is just finish the shading. So yeah, I just need to finish the shading, do the background, but I look at it and I know that I would do it so differently now. So yeah, there's that one, and then there's another one where I'm following a colour along with Chris Cheng. I know Colour and Chat with Sammy has done some absolutely stunning work in this book, this one. So this is the tutorial by Chris Cheng that I am following. So as you can see, I've done her face and I'm working on the fruit. This has been a whip for a really long time as well. But I just sit and really, really, really slowly chip away at this one as and when I feel, you know, I don't really want to think about what I'm doing. I'd rather just do a colour along, follow a tutorial, which I don't really do, but I think with this book, because it intimidates me so much. Yeah, I do think I'd like to follow other people, really, just to help build my confidence a bit. But I love how she's turning out. I love her face. So proud of how that turned out. Of course, even though I'm following Chris, I look at this and I'm like, even though I'm following her tutorial, I've put the pencils and sort of, followed what she's doing. So yeah, really, really proud of that one. But these are just like incredible. I'm not sure how I would tackle this because obviously this is like stone. But I don't know whether to just colour her skin like stone, and her hair and stuff, but then do the robe and the wings kind of realistic. Because I wouldn't want to colour this page all grey. I think I would want to add some colour, even if it's just very subtle. But these are just like insane. So just, I have no words. I'm speechless when I look at Nick's artwork. For a few years now, I've been trying to get my hands on Fantasia by him, but with the thicker paper, and it seems to be nigh impossible. So the book eludes me for now. Okay, this next one, this is not a very old book really. I obtained this one within the last couple of months from Amazon Japan. And it is illustrated by Inko Kotoriyama. And as you can see, this is a Winnie the Pooh themed book, and I have started a page in here. If I just show you that one quickly. Yeah, this one. I started this one sort of Christmas time, and I haven't quite finished it yet, but I love how it's coming out. And I really like that with these pages, you've got them, so you've got like September, October, November, December. So you've just got like these small little... Hi, buddy.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm hungry.
Alright, give me 2 seconds, guys. Hang on. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Oh, the joys of trying to record on a Saturday. But yeah, let me zoom out a smidge so you can see a bit more of these pages, because they are just the cutest. So yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back and getting that one finished. But yeah, some of the pages in here I have noticed they're in the Christopher Robin Deluxe colouring book. So you've got some little like sort of postcards there. Yeah, I think these are in the Christopher Robin book. Absolutely love them. And these really sketchy ones like this just make me want to go in with like watercolour. I'm sorry about that if you can hear Caden banging. He's not a happy chappy at the moment. He's got some wallpaper pages. So, okay, I'm so sorry. This is just... I think if there's any more issues, then I'm just going to have to stop the video. But we'll see how we go. Love this. That's so beautiful, isn't it? This paper is really lovely. Really, really nice. These are cute. So there's all different kind of like styles of illustration, which I really like. I think it's nice to have that variety. It's there on the side, Caden. So yeah, really lovely variety of pages. You've got different line thicknesses. It's just wonderful. And then you get sort of lessons here in the front, sort of like little tutorials and whatnot, which we do get a lot in the books from Amazon Japan. So you can pick up some tips and tricks. you know, you can obviously put this into your Google Translate and translate sort of what it's saying, so that will help. And then it's just sort of different mediums that they're using and different sort of pencil techniques down here. So yeah, really, really, whoops, I'm so sorry, really, really lovely book. So there is that one. We have this one. I haven't worked in this book yet. This is the colouring book of Secret Dream Story by Yoshimi Sakaguchi. Got a nice sort of thick piece of paper here at the back, and that is for like your tags or message cards there. A few coloured examples there. Really gorgeous, look at those. And then we've got our thumbnails, and then we move into our book. And this is stunning, really, really lovely. A lot of the pages are quite detailed, but yeah, see, I love this one. Absolutely love this page, but I know that that would take me an absolute age to colour. But oh, could you imagine that all done with like the fabrics, that all the drapery, and you know, all their little uniforms and stuff, and the tiled floor, the carpet. Oh, amazing. So pretty. So you've got some simpler pages like this, which is really refreshing. This intimidates me because there is a lot of open space that I would have no idea what to do with. Maybe some soft pastels or something would look pretty. This is gorgeous as well, with the wizard looking through his telescope there, looking up at the sky. Yeah, this is a really, really beautiful book. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm always in awe of just everyone's artwork, really. All of the artists that I have on my bookshelves, just, yeah, so inspiring. This is lovely. This is really, really pretty. The artwork on a few of the pages, actually, it kind of gives me a little bit of like Daria Song vibes. But yeah, maybe this would be a nice one to go through and sort of try and colour in order, try and sort of follow the story. That would be really nice, wouldn't it? So there is that one. Then I have this one, which I wanted for such a long time. And now that I have it, I've only coloured one page in it. But I can't wait to colour more. And these are single-sided as well. This is Mystica by Dada Chow. Whoops. So in the front, let me just show you quickly. In the front, we've got coloured images of some of our pages, and they are incredible. Look at that. I really love the painterly effect of these. They're just remarkable. Absolutely beautiful. And then we move into our book. Now the paper, it's not super thick, it's not really thin, but it is nice, if that makes sense. But the artwork is stunning. Look at this. Is that not just gorgeous? So this is the page I've coloured, and this was, I think, just a few years ago now. About 2 years maybe? I'm not sure, but yeah, loved colouring her. And I did try and take inspiration for her colours from the coloured page in the front, I want to do this one next because I really want to practice on her hair and those ribbons. So it'll be nice to have like the 2 pages side by side, I think. You can see I did use alcohol marker there on her as a base. But yeah, I think if you want to practice hair and skin, then this would be perfect. Look at her. She makes me think of a Barbie. So I want to give her sort of like blonde hair and, you know, pink bow. She's one of my favourites, this one. She reminds me of Robin from Stranger Things, this one. But yeah, absolutely beautiful, beautiful work. Look at this one as well. There's just nothing not to love about this book. The quality is wonderful. The images are stunning. They're single-sided. Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is brilliant. Just gives me Alice in Wonderland vibes, this one. But as you can see, we've got sorry, that's my son back. So yeah, beautiful images, and that is Mystica by Dada Chow. Then I have this one. This is Story of Precious Cats, and this is Nalco Neko. I've got one completed page in here. You can keep that, mate. Put that in your money box. Okay. All right, darling. Good boy. So we've got our thumbnails here at the back, and then obviously moving to our images. I would love to do this one. I had my eye on this page last year for Christmas, and I just thought, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. I really love this book. This was a buddy colour with Zoe from Addicted to Colouring. It was a whip for quite a while, but I was so glad to have it finished. I added the circle in the background. This guy here is one of my favourite pages. Absolutely love it. They're all stunning pages. I do want to eventually colour all of them, but yeah, this one intimidates me with the wallpaper and stuff, but I might see how watercolours work. Again, this is another favourite, the Alice at the Mad Hatter's Tea Party. But I've got 2 whips. One of them is sort of like an Alice in Wonderland themed page. Look at that for Halloween. Beautiful. Where's this one? This is a buddy colour with the beautiful Jamie from Jamie's Colouring Love. As you can see, I've just put a really light layer of a few colours just to start mapping out where I want certain colours. Just to sort of give me kind of like a guide to go by. But this has been a whip for quite a long time. I do want to come back and work on it, but it will be a whip for a long time because pages like this, they do take me a really long time. Yeah, this guy, okay. This really frustrates me because I love this page, but I wish I didn't colour the hearts with a water-based marker, and I wish I had kept a note of what pencils I was using and what colours for the roses, because I got this far and then I stopped, and yeah, I want to say Polly's, but like another thing is that it looks like I've kind of smudged something here or spilt something, so I've got like a stain, and it irritates me. yeah, I don't know, I kind of feel really stuck with this page at the minute. I don't know what to do with it. You know, I want to deepen the colour here on this rose, really get that deep shadow in to give it some dimension, because it looks kind of flat at the moment. Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know. I was debating for a long time whether to just get another copy of this book, because I'd really like another go at that Christmas one that I did with Zoe. This one. But I do really love it. I do like that. But I've got like a smudge of green here. Yeah, I don't know. But that really irritates me. So I don't know what we'll do with that. But that is that one. Then I have Eco by Mook. I've had this book for years. I don't really colour in it anywhere near enough. I think I've done one page, and that was at the beginning. I love that we have different colour line art as we go through the book. So here we've got purple. This section here we've got blue. I just think it's really fun. Never seen anything like that. Love these. Absolutely love these pages. But I think as much as I love the coloured line art, I'm like, yeah, but would I still colour the strawberry red then? Would it look weird? But at the same time, I love it. So yeah, I really need to come back to this, because like I said, I've coloured a page in here, but that was years and years ago. You know, quite near the beginning of my journey, to be honest, into adult colouring. Really lovely. Look at that. I do find a lot of like repeating images though, like this horse with the pancakes and stuff. It's, you know, they do repeat a lot. But you know, who cares? It's beautiful. So this is the one that I've done. I based this, I think this was it with my Albrecht Dürer watercolour pencils? I really do think it was. And then I just added a bit of pencil shading on my giraffe, and the cake, and then some gel pen here for the key, and the crown here. Yeah, it's really, really simple. I like the way that I sort of faded out the colours, but now I just wish I had, I don't know, maybe done it a little bit better. But at the time, I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And again, you've got your little tutorials and things in the front. I love, look at the colours. Absolutely love the colours on these pages. So if I can try and replicate that and sort of do these pages in like pastels. I was trying to go for that with like my rainbow here, trying to sort of pick up some of the colours, if you can notice there. But yeah, look at the colours of them. How beautiful is that? Absolutely stunning. So yeah, I really do need to come back to some of my older books. This one, I haven't translated that, but this is by Makoto Takahashi. And this was a gift by my beautiful friend Catherine several years ago. Absolutely love this book. But again, because the artwork is so beautiful and it is quite detailed, it does intimidate me. But it's gorgeous. And you can see that some of these are based on fairy tales. Really, really lovely. Absolutely beautiful. And then, oh, I have a whip. So let me just put a flag. I completely forgot about that one. So I've got this whip at the moment. So as you can see, like with, hang on, if I just, yeah. So as we get to the front of the book, we then do have coloured elements on the pages, which is, you know, mostly the backgrounds, which I love. I love the fact that they are done. So on this one, I based her with my water-based markers, and then I did start going in and shading with some pencils and like down here on her kimono and stuff. But I look at it now and I'm thinking, I think I've made her a bit too colourful. But hopefully once this is all shaded, it will really tone it down. But I just think she's beautiful, and look at this. I absolutely love the geishas. They're my favourites, I think. And then this one, you can copy the image, you know, sort of replicate the colours over here on your copy. And then again, we've got some images here in the front that are already coloured if you want to use those as reference. See, this is the one that I'm colouring, I think. Is it this one? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I just wish I'd gone for more, you know, like this, more subtle, but oh well. They are absolutely beautiful. I love looking at these, especially the coloured images in the front. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful book. I'm, you know, over the years I've continued to be so incredibly blessed by so many people who have sent me gifts. It's never ever necessary, but every single time I always cry. Even at, like, you know, comments that I read on videos, or like, you know, messages or emails that I receive. It just really, really touches my heart. And like I said, I'm fully aware of how blessed and fortunate I am, and I never ever take that for granted. Okay, so the next one is this one. This is Doming's Fairy Tales. I've coloured one page in this book, and I do want to work in this book again soon. This is the one I've done. It was the Cinderella page. I do like how it came out. It was a whip for quite some time. I did want to do my colours just a little bit different. So I did my ribbon more of like a purpley colour to sort of tie in with the colour here of the cushion and whatnot. But now I do wish I'd gone for more of the pink, more of the fuchsia like we have on this page. But I do still really like it. But yeah, these are beautiful. They're really lovely. I know that this artist does have another book or another 2 books out. This one, Ugly Duckling. Love that page. But yeah, you've got the coloured image here on your left, and then the line art and grayscale here on the right. So you can, you know, again, copy the colours if you want to, or just, you know, do your own thing. It's your book. It's whatever makes you happy. But they're gorgeous, aren't they? Really, really lovely. The Ugly Duckling page really does speak to me. Aladdin. I'm not a fan of the film, I must admit. I haven't seen the live action one. But I think my favourite part of the animated one is Genie, is Robin Williams as the genie. But I don't know, I just don't enjoy the film. It's not for me really. But I love this image. I absolutely love it, and I love the smoke coming out from the lamp. Yeah, I think that is a gorgeous, gorgeous page. Anne of Green Gables. Pinocchio. How lovely. This artwork is just beautiful, isn't it? This one, Little Red Riding Hood. That might be another favourite, you know. I'm really enjoying recording these videos for you. I'm so sorry that they are on the long side. I know that I kind of waffle on sometimes and whatnot, but I just kind of, I'm finding myself getting lost in like looking back through my books, which is actually, I'm really enjoying it. But if you guys are kind of finding these a bit too long and you would like me to just literally show you the pages that I've done and just quickly move on, please let me know, because I'm happy to do that. It's not a problem. If you're like, Kate, do you know what? You're really getting on my nerves. Like, these videos are too long. Please just show the pages and move on. I won't be offended at all. Okay, so now I am moving on to these absolutely beautiful books that are some of my complete favourite in my collection. My complete favourite? They are my absolute favourite in my collection. So this is, I think it's Yururi Mouse's Journey sketch. I'm not sure, did I? No, I haven't. I thought I had a sticky note in here, the translation of it, but you know, you guys know this book. This was from Amazon Japan. I've coloured a few pages. I do have a whip in here at the moment, which is a buddy colour with the lovely heather, but it was from Christmas last year, so eek, I need to get a wiggle on really. But yeah, these pages are beautiful. It's this one. Yeah, I've got a little bit of tracing paper behind because I was just putting that up here like this on the edge while I was using watercolours, and again, you know, the same on the tree. So this is my whip at the moment. But because I've used my Albrecht Dürer as a base, it's taken quite a bit of the work away from me, which I actually really like. And I don't feel like I need to add too much shading. I mean, on this bit here, sort of like the, I don't know, is that like coving? Something like that. I will obviously deepen that up and whatnot, and the walls in a few places, but I really love that sort of mottled effect that I have got with the watercolour pencils. If I hold it up, you might be able to see what I mean a little bit better. So yeah, I don't feel like this is going to take too long. But the cobbles I am doing just with pencils, and that is polychromos. I've got the colours written down, go me. The tree again is based with watercolours, so that does need a bit of shading as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to base most of this with my Albrecht Dürers and then just go in with the pencils after. But I do want to be quite particular with, you know, with the cobbles, so hence why they are being done with pencils. This archway here, I'm going to use my combination with my luminance pencils for the red brickwork, so I will do that. And I just need to figure out like colours for these other buildings. I don't want it to be too jarring, because obviously the creatures, they will have different colour coats and whatnot, and little hats. So yeah, that's that one. Shall I zoom in a smidge? Let's do that. This one, this was the other buddy colour that I did with Heather, and I love how that turned out. Really, really pleased with my little Robin. I think he's very, very cute. I'm no good with like feathers and fur, but yeah, I'm really, really happy with how that little dude turned out. But this book is just like, oh, it's wonderful. These books are really some in my collection that really do make me happy and bring me joy just looking through them. And to me, that is the sign of a really special book and an incredible artist. Love this. I think, was it the Beautiful Shell from Shell's Colouring Journey? I think she's done some colour alongs in this book, and I'm sure this was one of them. I'm sure it was this, or maybe I'm mistaken, it might have been a different page, but yeah, Shell's work is just phenomenal. Anyone who I mention in this video who has a YouTube channel, I will link them in the description. I do think I need to go back through 2 of my other collection videos, because I've got a list of people that I mentioned, but I don't know which video it was for. Eek. So I need to go back and do that again. So yeah, if you click on one of the videos and the links aren't there, please just give me a few days and I will get that done. Yeah, I don't want people to think I've mentioned them and then not linked them or sort of forgotten about them. I haven't. Okay, and this is the first page I've done in the book. This took me about 2.5 months working on, sort of on and off. Not every day, just sort of coming back at it as in when I felt, you know, the need. But yeah, really proud of this one. The background, the wall, did come out a lot more vibrant than I had planned. I wanted it to be more of a more of like an olive green, kind of like his trousers, more like that, but toned down even more. But I ended up with like this bright green. But you know what, I look at it now with all these other colours and I'm thinking I actually do quite like it, because there is a lot of brown on the page, so I do think that tones it down a bit. But yeah, I was really happy with this one. Really happy. So try to keep it quite cohesive. Is that just... Do you know, I've just noticed this box here, this wooden box with the paints in it. It looks like it's just markers and I haven't shaded it. Oh my goodness. Oh well. I did call the page done. If I want to come back and shade that, that will take a few minutes. That's fine. But yeah, that is the Ururi Mouse sketchbook journey. Next, I have this one, and I do think The Cat General Store and the Magic Key by Moko. I've got a buddy colour in here with the lovely Jamie from Jamie's Colouring Love. It's been a buddy colour and a whip for quite some time. But Jamie is amazing and she's so patient with me, as are all of my buddies. You know, they've all been truly wonderful, and there's no pressure, no time limit, which I do really appreciate. Look at this. That's really lovely. Yeah, I have made quite some nice progress actually on my buddy colour page with Jamie recently. Yeah, I think a couple of nights ago I sat and really sort of, you know, put some time into the page, and I'm really quite happy with how it's coming along now. But how cute is this? Really lovely. There's just nothing not to like. Yeah, so this is the one that I'm working on. So I had the cat done and the blue bit here of his cape, and I had started the wood here with Prismacolors. I wasn't liking how it was looking, so I went in with my Drumman electric eraser and tried to lift as much of that pigment off as I could. And then yeah, I've gone in with I think, what was it? I don't know if it was my set of like Creative Peak watercolours, if it was those. Was it? No, let me have a look. Hang on. No, it wasn't. It was my Neo colours. My Neo Colour 2s. And then polychromos, Prismas, fine liners. Yeah, I've used all sorts on this at the moment. So yeah, I went in with my Neo Colour 2s to sort of base the wood, the background here, the bookcase, the green for the walls, the curtains. So yeah, I did make some progress on it. But what I completely forgot, and I just didn't even really realise, is that this here behind this glass, this is his robe as well, and I don't know what colour polychromos I was using, so I'm just going to have to wing it, because I think what I'm going to do is really water down some white paint. So once like this is done, I'm just going to put a very, very light wash of white where this bottle is, so that it fades out these colours. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to smudge the pencil, but we'll see. We'll just hope for the best, I think. But yeah, it's coming along slowly but surely. But yeah, I hadn't have worked on this one for a while, and I really, really wanted to work on this page, and I thoroughly enjoyed that the other night. I really did. So yeah, I can't wait to come back and do some more on here. I did the window like a nighttime scene, and I tried doing like the frame with my black jelly roll glaze. I did go in with a clear glaze pen as well over some panels of glass, but then I thought it just doesn't even look then like the frame is coloured. It just looks like it's all glaze. So I didn't do the others. So I wanted that difference. And these are supposed to be stars, but it looks more like it's snowing. But yeah, I wanted to match the background over here to like behind these shelves. I thought it'd be nice if they were kind of like, I don't know, if they sort of had a nighttime background as well, just to sort of keep the colours cohesive. But yeah, there is that one. So cute. Again, really, really lovely book, and these are definitely some of my favourites in my collection, actually. I've got so many books that are like, I'm like, okay, that's a favourite, but these, they just, I don't know, they really do just make me smile and bring me joy. This is a new book to me. This is the Townscapes, Animals, Variety Goods, Cakes, Flowers, Cooking and 5 Bears. Illustrated by Waka Nakauchi. And this was from Amazon Japan. I haven't coloured anything in this one yet, but again, just absolutely precious. These books are just amazing. There is now one, it's got like a polar bear, I think, on the front cover. So I'm hoping to treat myself to that one. I'm on either a no buy or a very low spend at the moment, because I'm trying to keep money back for when the kids are on summer holidays. Tegan has got prom coming up, so yeah, I'm trying to keep money back, and also, you know, I want to get myself a laptop, which I'm saving for. But yeah, if I could get a book in May, it would be the one with the polar bear. Definitely. But this is just so cute. And the gorgeous colouring with Kay. She's coloured quite a few pages in this book, and oh my goodness, they are amazing. They're just the cutest thing ever. Look at this one. So cute. Absolutely love it. There is that one. And then I have this one. I thought I had a sticker for this one as well. I don't know. Anyway, this one I think is kind of known as the Bunny Book by Kotoli. I have coloured a page in here, and I love this one. I mean, I love all of them, but I mean, this is just like ridiculously cute. love the images. Honestly, I just cannot wait to like work more in these books and really start to see them come together, you know, with completed pages. Moon balloon. I think I coloured one of the first pages in here actually. I did work on it during a live stream. Where's my finished page? Here we go. There it is. And this is so cute. I love my the border here. It is one of the, it's by Renaissance colours on Etsy. I will link her shop for you. But yeah, it's like a colour shift watercolour. I can't remember the name of the set, but if you look at it, you know, like this, it kind of looks like a pale green, but then if you tilt it and hit the light, it's like a pinky lilac. It's so wonderful, it really is, and it just adds that really special touch, I think, to the page. Love how this turned out. A lot of this was based, I think, with my Albrecht eras, and then I went in with some pencil on the top. But yeah, so there's my completed page from that one. 4 more books and then we're done. This is another new book to me, so I haven't coloured in this one yet. Okay, so this is a journey through fairy tales and a journey through fairy tales with little forest friends by Sayuri Kobayashi. And again, they're just so precious, absolutely beautiful. That'd be wonderful for Mermaid, wouldn't it? Gorgeous. Love them little faces, so cute. Him got Puss in Boots. That's amazing. You can probably hear the ice cream van outside. Hansel and Gretel. Yeah, really, really lovely. So cute. Little Red Riding Hood. There is that one. Then I have this one. I just call this one Townscapes. Oh, colouring book to travel to the Fantasy Town General Store. I haven't got the artist written down. I need to do that. I've got one work in progress in here. But wow, are these detailed. Definitely something that I need to be in the mood for, you know. But again, Colouring with Kay has this, and she's done the most outstanding work in here. I know that this one, the sort of the chemistry lab, that's one of her favourite pages because Kay is a chemistry teacher, and I'm always in awe of her work, always. Yeah, so this is my work in progress. So I'm trying to go by the colour palette at the front because we do have the coloured images of the pages here. So where is it? This one. Yeah, this one here. So I'm trying to it is this one, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm trying to replicate the colours on this one on here. So that is literally as far as I've got, which is quite embarrassing. It's been a whip for a long time, but this is one that I need to really sort of be in the mood for, like the little tiny bits. But I have kept a note there actually of my polychromos that I used for this colour, which is good. See, I'm learning. But it's yeah, wonderful, really, really gorgeous book. And then, like I said, we've got these beautiful we've got these beautiful coloured images in the front. And then you've got, again, like little tutorial pages. Okay, the next book I have is this one. This is Mochi Mochi Panda. Yeah, I haven't written who this one is illustrated by either. But I think I've coloured one page in here. I've had this book for years. I don't know, I do really like it, but I don't know. I often sort of forget it's on my shelf, and that's a shame because it's so adorable and the paper is lovely. It's really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. But I don't know, I think I find the pages kind of a bit all over the place sometimes. Like this, you know, it's like, okay, well, it's fine, and I will definitely colour it. You've got like all these little elements, but sometimes it's just a bit busy. So yeah, I don't really reach for this book, to be honest, which is a shame because it is super cute. Yeah, I've done this one. So this was the first page I've coloured in the book, and that was quite a few years ago now. It looks like I've used watercolours, which wasn't the best, but you know, got the backgrounds done. So yeah, coloured the first page. And then last but by no means least, I have this one. This again, I have not translated. I'm so sorry. Oh, Kuroi Mori colouring book. Oh, hang on. Victorian Fantasy Collection. Yeah, this was from Amazon Japan. And we've got our tutorial pages in the back, which is different to the other books. But I do really like that. And the artwork in here is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. They're quite detailed on some of them. But yeah, I absolutely love every single page in this book, but I am really intimidated. They are printed single-sided. If you're not worried about what's on here, then you know, you could by all means use like your markers or whatnot, you know, your alcohol markers. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to like maybe watercolors and pencils in this book, because I do like these. Normally I wouldn't really be too bothered, but some books I like how it looks, so I don't do the alcohol markers. I mean, if these pages were just blank, then I would. But yeah, they're gorgeous, and you've got different sort of sections. So you've got this one, My Contrarian Unique Dream Aquarius. That is my horoscope. My zodiac sign is Aquarius. So yeah, this one's Libra with a scorpion. Oh no, so no, hang on. That's not right. Okay, so the title of the image, so this is Gemini, and it says here, a witty conversation by a serene lakeside, Gemini. So okay, the title of the page is actually on the back, so this doesn't go with this page, if that makes sense. So that was my mistake. So this one then, yeah, love locked in my breast, Scorpio. I was like, oh yeah, Libra, it's a scorpion. No, Libra is the scales, isn't it? Yeah, scales of justice. Yeah, my mistake, I do apologise. But how gorgeous is this? Beautiful. And then we've got our index here. And these are all for crystals. Yeah, absolutely stunning, stunning book. Oh, so that is it, my loves. That is it for part 4 of my colouring book collection and completed pages. I do just want to take a moment to say thank you all so much for your lovely comments on these videos. I've read each and every single comment, and you guys are just so unbelievably kind and supportive, and it means the absolute world. I'm really glad that you're enjoying these videos, because I must admit I'm having an absolute blast filming them. It's a lot of fun, because I've been kind of doubting myself a lot at the moment with colouring. So whilst I'm not feeling my best with sort of my mental health, these are actually really nice videos to record, because I'm not putting pressure on myself to try and get my head into like a colouring mood. Does that make sense? So yeah, I really do appreciate you watching these videos and taking time out of your day. It means so much, and you know, the fact that you take that extra little bit of time to leave me such a beautiful comment, it means so much. So thank you all so much for joining. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a great weekend, whatever it is you are up to. Take care, my loves. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Bye.